My name is Grace Williamson. Today we are discussing female genital mutilation, and we'll be discussing the age of consent that was a statement made by our Senate Pro Tem in Liberia. So, Madam, we want you to please relate to that statement. Do you buy that idea of the age of consenting?
The Domestic Violence Act that was submitted in the House of Parliament by the General Ministry had a component that spoke to the section 16.21L that spoke to age of consent.
Yeah.
And so that age of consent was been removed by the 53rd legislature and passed, and then sent to the Senate, and Senate did, and sent it to the President. It was then when the President included that portion that talked about the age of consent, and passed it by an executive order. And so with that, the speaker was speaking to, I think, to the
that
issue of the
reference,
reference.
Oh,
but for us, yes, for us working group members, because of the protocols and conventions that Liberia is a signatory to, they need to abide by those things that they have signed and rectify them. We say the CDAO, the AU protocol that talk about the human rights protection, women rights protection. And so now we are saying we need total abolition.
Yes, that's it.
Though the executive order right now, which is a law, because an executive order is a law by the right of the president, because the president passed it, and it's a law for 1 year. Okay, for this year is the age of consent. We know that the executive order is the age of consent, but we are still pushing total abolition in Liberia.
Okay, WOSI's 10 points in this matter is they want total abolition. So let's now go over to Mr. Johnson. Mr. Johnson, what is your 10 point on this Senate recent statement about FGM?
My 10 point is in line with that of the Women's Solidarity.
I know you people will cooperate.
Because President George Weah is on record.
Yeah.
Doing his first state address of the state.
Yeah.
He quoted Article 5B of the Liberian Constitution, of which he is on record of that. And Article 5B of the Liberian Constitution talks about promoting positive cultural practices. And even at just the conference in January in Brussels, he also highlighted issues of positive cultural practice. He said those issues that are negative against women, he goes against it, and those positive ones he will promote. So he's on record for that. So because of all of these things, the statement of the pertinent and data of the speaker that says that the age of consent should be the time that somebody go into the FGM is not a domestic violence act.
Yeah.
I tend to default with them when it comes to say FGM is not a domestic violence act.
Yeah.
I tend to default.
Looking at the fact that you have to remove a part of a person's body, the body that was given to them correctly, you have to remove it. The person, not for no medical reasons, but you just wake up because you want to satisfy yourself and do it. So you default because
I default with them on that particular component. Reason is this: statistics have shown that babies are being initiated in homes. And domestic violence, according to the definition of domestic violence, any act that is perpetrated against a person in the home.
Yeah.
So children under 2 years, 1 year, even at birth, have been initiated in homes. That is the domestic violence. It's happening in the home. Apparently, the speaker and that of the protein may not have had statistics to this information, so he just felt that female genital mutilation is done in an institution that is the Senate Bush. It's not all to it. It is being done even in Morovia as we speak. Our instances we give, we have statistics to the fact. Even West Point, the speakers can find it out. West Point, the party is being done.
And to add on, let me just buttress you right there. The mothers, those children are people taken from the home. Their parents are the ones who make decisions for them. So that's domestic violence. That is taken from the home.
And even looking at the fact, I know I'm supposed to be neutral, but hey, trust me, I'm here to talk and to tell you more about being an advocate and supporting women. We are women. We have our right to survival. We have our right to freedom and to live our life. You can choose for us. Even in Africa, if we are 18, our parents still make decisions for us. Yeah. So can you say a little bit about this executive order of a thing? Talking about consent, all those things.
The executive order, the former president Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, passed the executive order on the 19th of January 2018.
Yeah.
And the executive order, among other things, addressed the issue of domestic violence where it talks about not support to children and all of those things, and at the end of the day, it says that female genital mutilation practiced on a person below 18. So now, the executive order only prohibit the practice of female genital mutilation only on the person below 18.
Below 18.
So means the executive order equally promotes
those
the practice to be done above 18 at the age of consent.
So my question here is this: in case you are above 18 and you were forcefully taken to the Senate booth, and somebody tell you that the person gave that consent,
this is the question because people can give consent based on duress.
Violation, and then you put somebody on a point that they cannot agree, or they have to agree or they dies, they will go for it. So what is your standpoint on that?
My standpoint is total abolition of female genital mutilation in Liberia. Like Africa as a whole, the practice was done in 28 African countries.
Yeah.
That's why when you Google FGM, you'll see 28 African countries that were done. Liberia remains among only 4 countries that are yet to pass law to abolish the practice of female genital mutilation. So the 24 other countries saw the need and said, hey, female genital mutilation is not a culture. We should eradicate the notion culture. Female genital mutilation, because culture is a unique way of life for a particular geographical location. So if it's placed over, it becomes an international practice. It's not no longer a tradition that fixed within one culture. And the practice is not being done because you want to retain culture. The practice is being done, as they said it, for monetary values. People are doing it, practitioners are gaining from the practice. They are not doing it because they want to.
And they are just making women subject to men.
Subject to men at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, the person who goes on the practice of female genital mutilation, the practice is to be for culture. Let me make this very clear to the world. Culture, the National Working Group against female genital mutilation is not against culture. Culture will uphold, will promote, and will protect culture. But the practice that will harm our people, this is what we are
fully against,
which is female genital mutilation.
Thank you very much. So my last question to the both of you is, I really want to know what risks does the public stand, like for instance now the effect of FGM on the whole society, because now you have said all those fun things, they cannot change their mind in Liberia until they know what is really going on behind the masks. Behind the masks.
Yes, behind the scene. Like I said earlier today, there are people, there are children who are taken into the Sunday and being initiated. And they are from there where those effects that some of them don't know what is happening to them. Some people live with that trauma and don't know what is causing it for them. Like I told you, someone will go to give birth, and because of the scar, as I said today, your skin is different from mine, and maybe I've been initiated and my skin cannot erase the scar, and so the scar remains. And because of that, if I go to give birth, and because the clitoris is no longer there to enlarge, to lubricate, to enable me to give free flow to the child, to give birth freely, it causes serious problems. Sometimes it causes death, because if that scar is forced to open, it causes excessive bleeding.
And if you use old razor blade, it causes HIV and
AIDS. And as he said today, fistula, and all of those things are happening. And sometimes we say it's wish. I gave you an example, and there was a girl in TAMBA 2017 who was forcibly initiated, and she died.
Wow, that's sad.
And she died. And that girl will live to become somebody better in the future, to do something for her parents. But because of FGM, she's now dead and gone. And there are other people who've been forced, and now their married home have been broken, like I told you. And the people that come from that practice, that have been initiated, most of them don't have sexual pleasure.
They don't have.
And because of that, they meant to, sex, that social life, social cohesion needs to take place. And so if I'm in social mood, if you are not positively responding
I will
to
leave
me.
you and go for the next question.
And so homes have been broken around here because of FGM, and other people are left their children with their mothers and are gone away. And so there are so many risks involved when it comes to FGM. People are just looking at it aspect, cultural, traditional cause, Sunday. As TAMBA said today, we are not against this culture. If the practice of FGM can be removed and subtracted out of and Sunday, we uphold Sunday, and some of us will send our children there because they go there to know how to take care, they know traditional things to be done, how to plant mat, how to respond to other people and all of that. But because of the FGM, it still stands as rape. Yes, it's a blockade.
So what do you have to say about those behind the masks that really don't know the fact of FGM?
Well, what I have to tell the people behind the masks that don't know the fact of FGM is this. FGM is a harmful practice. It is harmful because it serves as a health hazard to those who are victims of their practice. And I tell you, for instance, I have interacted with more than 26 different women whose husbands have abandoned because of female genital mutilation. And some women are on the street of even carrying on the act of prostitution that are also linked to the practice of female genital mutilation. So behind the scene, I tell to everyone, the world and even Liberians, that the practice of female genital mutilation is not good and it should not be retained within our culture. If I would look at for the mutilation cycle, I always tell people, God created a woman not because you're crazy. God created a woman with a clitoris. And the clitoris he created for a reason. Why are we human
circumcise women when they said
no, there's no part of any religion that talk about circumcision of women.
Yeah.
We human beings decided to do this because of our own selfish interests. That's all.
So we now get our parting comment. If you are just joining us, you are watching Jenna Scream on CTV Africa. I'm Grace Williamson. We get our parting comment from our lovely guests in studio. They have discussed the issue, so they want to tell you what to do and what not to do now. Madam, over to you.
Okay, to my listening audience, I want to say, know it today that FGM is not traditional issue.
To my viewers.
To my viewers, okay. To my viewers out there, I want to say FGM is not traditional issue. FGM is a harmful cultural practice, and we need to abolish FGM. FGM, as we said today, some females, some girls are not going to school today because of FGM, because as soon you've been initiated and graduated, you will remain and they find you a husband, and after that you are married and taking care of home. And that have caused some people that are not going to school today and other things. So let us help in creating more awareness out there that we will know that FGM is a harmful cultural practice and not tradition. Thank you.
So before we leave, I want you to comment on this campaign you have, He for She. I heard that you went for a workshop. Can you say a little about that before saying your parting comment?
Well, the He for She Crusaders Liberia was actually established 2017 by a few group of Liberian men who have worked and continue to work in the advocacy area.
Why are you into? What is it?
Well, as I said, He for She was created in November 2017 by a few Liberians in person of Pajibo on TAMBA and that of Adaman, Dempster. We decided to form this He for She Crusaders Liberia. Reason is this: we are supporting women out there, raising their voices, upholding and protecting their values and dignity. So while we want to bring more men on that. It is factual. The percentage is there. 80 to 85% approximately gruesome practices against women and girls. I don't know. So when more men are engaged and educated to understand the practice, the effect of violence against women, and about the idea, there will be reduction of violence against women. So that's why the He for She Crusaders are all about. And we just ended a 3 days national conference of men.
How was it?
Well, it was very much great and everything. We have 150 men that have signed up. Or very soon you'll see from the Ministry of Gender along with the national the He for She Crusaders Liberia, who will be launching and establishing task force within each county of Liberia called the He for She Task Force Liberia. Why? Those people would comprise of men. I know what we'll call women, but comprising of men. We are going to educate our men in order to buy the idea that we need to educate our fellow men to end or reduce the violence against women. That's what we went for. And my parting comment. I said to my viewers and to the world at large, female genital mutilation is not a cultural practice. It's derogatory. I can use that word. It's derogatory. It's harming our people. If we do not bring the end to this practice, as the Millennium Development Goal is advocating by 2030 that the world comes to an end, we will tell you that there will be a serious problem in the world when female genital mutilation continues. Liberia, by 2030, we are anticipated to have a population of 19 million persons. And if that succeeds, and all of the 19 million have 5 million persons who are absolutely undergoing the part of female genital mutilation, the population of Liberia stands to suffer greatly. And I tell you, the statistics shows women are in the majority, 51.1% according to 2017 global report. Liberia women, 51.1%. So if out of the 51.1%, you have 49% of that group of people be initiated on female genital mutilation, that shows the society is heading for total disaster.
Thank you very much. That was TAMBA Johnson from the Female Genital Mutilation Working Group within Liberia, and I've been here today with Madam MARIAN from the WOSI, Women's Solidarity Incorporated Liberia. I'm Grace Williams. You've been watching CTV.